Alright then guys, in today's episode of Razy TV there's going to be no going back. We are going to massacre the rear end of the car. Hopefully do a decent job of it. But it's time we cut these arches with the help from my friend Dave from the Happy Mechanics. And yeah, we're going to weld them up. I say we, he. And yeah, fingers crossed it all goes well.
Yeah, well, there's certainly no going back now, mate.
And there's certainly no going back.
I think I'm going to cry. No going back now.
This machine polishing's a bit aggressive. Oh God. So then guys, as you can see from what Dave's done so far, oh sorry, slipped the camera there. He's cut out the actual outside of the arch, slipped in the underside and hit it up with a hammer. And the next, I believe he's going to tack weld on like side to side to stop the panel from getting too hot. Because if this panel gets too hot, it will warp the panel and I'll end up probably having to cut the whole panel out and buying the actual Airtec arch like hole piece. Because they do the arch kit, which I've got, but they also do like whole body panel replacement. So it's not really a line I want to go down because it's a good grand and it's £1,000 I don't really want to have to spend at the moment. But I've got all of faith in Dave, otherwise I wouldn't let him do it. But obviously after this is done, I'm just going to have to work out whether I want to paint it blue underneath. Mark suggested under seal, but I'm undecided because I've got about 2 litres of spirit blue in my cupboard now and no underseal, so I think I know where I'm leaning at the moment. But hey, might just be worth a trip into town again, but it's something I'm also avoiding because of this whole COVID thing going on. So yeah, but yeah, so all looking rather smart so far. Then it's all the technical stuff still to come, and there's certainly no going back now. Certainly no going back now. You can, some people have tiger sealed these up, but it's not advised. If you're going to do it properly. That's what I say anyway. And if you're like me and nervous and don't have a clue what you're doing when it comes to welding or anything like that, try and find someone who can do it for you. Mobile, if you've got your own place like me, or in an actual body shop if you can get your vehicle there, because it's worth doing properly first time. Thanks again, Dave, for sorting me out there with my cut and weld of my rear arches. That's highly appreciated. That's Dave Walters from the Happy Mechanics, based out in Tiverton. If you want him to work on your car, go hit him up. He's a highly talented guy, as you can see from his work over there. Now then, it's been a good couple of weeks since Dave's come out here and done that. I've got all of the kit ready to go into, onto the car now. I'm just waiting for a spare set of hands to come up and give me a hand. Everybody's either working or locked down or that sort of related. I decided to smear Tiger Seal over the cut and weld. I know it doesn't look the prettiest, believe me, I will admit that. But that's just in case there is any minuscule leaks or holes or anything that would let moisture into the car. I've basically smeared Tiger Seal over just to, just for peace of mind. Plus it saves me painting it as well, because that, that saves that. But you can see it's been left a good while with the amount of dust that has gathered up on the poor thing. So dust sheet, can't really see a point in it at the moment. What have we got going on today then? Right then, now it is my turn to chop away at the arches. Remember the last episode where I made a stencil out of the back using filler to help bond those arches better onto this car? Fiberglass filler produces a heck of a lot of heat, and when it was in contact with fresh paint, it did make it bubble and come off. But like I say, I'm not going to hide anything from you guys. I'm doing a little, I'm trying to be honest as I can about all the work I'm doing. But anyway, the kit's going over the top of that, so that's all going to be sanded off anyway for the Tiger Seal to bite onto anyway. So I'm not too worried, to be perfectly honest. If the odd chance it does seep through, I'll just use a little bit of touch-up paint, but I cannot see that happening, to be perfectly honest with you all. So then, as you can see here by my marker pen, I've roughly worked out how much of the arch I want to lose. I've only done up to here, because if you guys remember, or if you own one of these cars, if you look in a gap down in here, you can see, I don't know how well it's picking it up, there it is, the hardware that holds the bumper to the arch. And you don't really want to take too much of the structural integrity away from it. Big words there from me. Cool, that was a bit of a mouthful. So yeah, if this is all picking up on voice, perfect. If not, I do apologise. As I state, my microphones are on their way out. This isn't going to be the nicest hearing video, sadly, so, which is a shame, because I've got so many good plans, and of course being on furlough, not exactly rolling in the budget to go out and get another one at this present time. So yeah, I haven't cut or polished any of these yet, but I am really happy with the finish so far. As I've stated in the past, I've seen professionals do a hell of a lot of a worse job and charge a hell of a lot of money for such terrible jobs. But yeah, I'm happy that the rear end is ready to go. What I'm going to use now to do the front end, you've probably spotted it already, is the old angle grinder. If that doesn't work, I do have tin snips. Hopefully don't want to get into it. If that doesn't work, I've got a Dremel. If that doesn't work, I've got an air saw. So yeah, wish me luck, but I'm going to go about doing my best to chop this off. Now then guys, I've got a bit of bad news and a bit of good news. From where you left off, I had just started cutting the arches. They turned out good, nice and neat, as you can imagine. But sadly, the rest of the footage that I'd done of me fitting the arches and cutting the arches corrupted. So I'm afraid the only thing I can show you now is the final product. It's turned out all right. Best I could do with being a one-man team. All you really missed was I Tiger Sealed on the back and stuck them on the car. You saw how I made the mold on the back, and I just made sure that that Tiger Seal covered 2/3 of that away from the edge best as I could, and then stuck it to the car and mask and taped it up. So now I'm going to show you guys the finished product of it stuck on the car. It's still taped up, but you'll see what I mean. It actually took fairly well in a majority of places, but I'm still going to be, I'm going to untape it apart from on the actual panel itself, and I'm going to run a bead of Tiger Seal all the way down the sides, and then smooth it off, just to try and neaten it up a bit. But you can see, I don't know how well I can show you, really, but that is one really wide ST now. Probably see it better from the rear. Run around to the back. That is one wide ST, I tell you. It's gained a good couple of inches. That's going to be awesome. That is going to be awesome when the tapes come off. So if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. All I can do is apologise on the corruption of the footage. I don't know what happened. Sometimes it's all right, sometimes it corrupts. It's very, very hit and miss. All I can say is I do apologise on that one. If you have made it this far, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, subscribe to the channel, because we have still got a fair way to go on this thing. It's not finished yet. So it may look done, but believe me, there is still a lot of tidying up to do. Once I've got the wheels on, the rest of the body panels on, we're going to be looking at the headlights. We're going to be looking at writing off to a vinyl company and seeing if they can make me up some sort of rally-inspired graphics to go over the car. I'm not yet 100% decided on what I want, but I've got a good rough idea in my mind of what I do want, and I think it's going to look sweet. I just got to find the right people to pull it off for me. So like I say, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next episode.